Good afternoon, students. Today I am going to complete the short story which I started in my last class, that is Chief Seattle's speech. It is not a story actually, it is a speech which has been given by Chief Seattle and which was published in a newspaper. This is a continuation class of which I started in my last class. In my last day, I discussed that Chief Seattle has organized his people and he is delivering his speech. In his speech, he started to tell that the white chief, there was a clash between the black and the whites, and it is the time of the decay of the blacks tribe, and which is the starting of the whites. And the white chief has given a proposal to Chief Seattle, and in his proposal he wished to buy the lands of the blacks. But in return, he would give them protection, he would manage another land, and at the same time, he, through this proposal, offering a friendship towards the black. And according to Chief Seattle, the Afro-African or the black did not have the same situation which they had earlier. They have lost their glory, they have lost their strength, and now their condition has been compared to a broken tree after a storm. And whereas the condition of the white is compared to the grasses over a vast prairies. At the same time, in his speech, he remembered about the strength of the youth, because he knew that the strength of any country, the strength of any race depends on the youth. As he was supporting the strength of the youth, he at the same time told the follies of the youth. According to him, the youth is too much bold, and sometimes due to their boldness, they made some mistakes. What type of mistake? He made a mistake that sometimes without worrying about their lives and the worries of their family members, they sometimes went to fight against their enemies and they die. But his family members had to suffer for this. His family members remembered about them. Whenever they took such a decision, they never consulted with his family members, and he fought, he went to fight in the battlefield. And in the battlefield, what is the consequences? What is the result? Sometimes they lost their lives and their family members had to suffer because they have lost their son, their husband, their father. Okay, up to that we discussed in my last class. Now today, our good father in Washington, for I presume he is now our father as well as yours, since King George has moved his boundaries farther north our great and good Father, I say, sends us the word that if we do as He desires, He will protect us. Now, Chief Shuttle started to tell about the fact, tell about the consequences, what is going to be held with them. He remembered about one of their enemies, that is King George. Anytime he can attack to his tribe or the Afro-African, and they have not such of strength that they can fight with him and his soldiers. So Chief Shuttle told that we should consider, we should accept the proposal given by the white chief. And if we choose or if we accept the proposal given by the white chief, we definitely, he will be our leader. Here father refers to he will be our leader, and we should accept his proposal, because if we do not accept their proposal, then our enemy like King George anytime may attack on us. But he has given promise that if we agree with his proposal, that means if we will give our land to him or his community, then he will protect us from our enemies. His brave warriors will be to us a bristling wall of strength, and his wonderful ships of war will fill our harbor, so that our ancient enemies far to the northward, the Haidas and the Simpsons, would choose to frighten our women, children and old men. Again he told that if we will agree the proposal given by the white chief, that means if we will give our land to them, then his warriors, his soldiers will give us a protection like a bristling wall. Their enemies, their soldiers will stand in front of us and they will protect us from our enemies. For example, the Simpsons and Haidas, these two enemies of the Afro-African. And the warriors of the white chief will protect us from them like a bristling wall, like a wall of strength. But can that ever be? Then once again, first he told that it is a very nice proposal, it is a good proposal, we should accept the proposal given by the white chief. But at the same time, a question came into his mind. What is the question? Is it the possible? Is there any possibility that he will keep his promise? He will protect us? Is it possible he can be our leader? His one mind is telling that we should accept his proposal. But at the same time, the negative mind is telling that if we will accept their proposal, then what words he had given to us, what promise he had given to us, whether he would keep or not. Your God is not our God. Your God loves your people and hates mine. He folds his strong protecting arms lovingly about the pale face and leads him by the land as a father leads an infant son. He is God. His God here refers to the God of the whites, is different from us. Our God is different from them and their God is different from us. If their chief would be our chief and we will be united, then we have to accept their God. But their God is different from us. Their God only protect them. Suppose we, the Hindus and the Muslim believe on their Islam. They believed on Allah and we believed on God. Muslim thought that their religion is different, their God is different, and we thought that our God is different. But this is not. God is one, God is almighty. But according to Chief Seattle, their God is completely different from the God of the white. If they will accept the proposal, then they have to accept their leader also. But if he would do the same, then their God will be different. He will not protect them. Only the God of Afro-African will protect them. But the God of the whites cannot protect the Afro-African or the blacks. He has forsaken his red children. If they are really are his, our God, the great spirits, him also have forsaken us. Your God makes us people wax stronger every day. Soon they will fill all the land. So here Chief Seattle told that their God is the spirit of their ancestors. So who is the God of the blacks or the Afro-Africans? The God of the Afro-Africans is the spirit of their ancestors. And the chief or the God of the whites is completely different. The God of the whites only protect them, only bless them. Whom? Only the whites, not the black. And very soon as the whites, the God of the whites are giving blessings to them, their number are increasing day by day, and one day they will fill all the lands. And now we are reducing day by day. Our people are ebbing away like a rapidly receding tide that will never return. The white man's God cannot love our people and he would protect them. Then our people are ebbing like, according to Chief Seattle, the number of the blacks are compared to a receding tide that will not come. Whenever a tide touches the shore, there is the destruction of the wave. It does not come back. Similarly, here is the condition of the black are the same. Their number are also reducing. And they will not come back. It is also reducing. Their decay has been started. And they will not come back. They seem to be orphans who can look nowhere for help. And now our people like the orphan. Because if we will accept your proposal, you will be our leader. I will no longer their leader. You will be our leader. And you only bless your people. You only look after your people. You will not look after us. Then we will be like the orphan. We will be like parentless. How can you, God, become our God and renew our prosperity and awaken in us dreams and returning greatness? If we will have to come only Heavenly Father, He must be partial. He came to be pale-faced children. Which how your God can be our God in that respect? Your God cannot be our God, and even you cannot be our leader. Because if you will be our leader, you should be impartial, but you will not do so. If you will be our leader, then you will be partial and you will only see the benefits of the whites, and our people, the Afro-African, will be orphan. No one will be there to bless them. No one will be there to be looked after. We never saw him. He gave you laws, but had no word for us, his red children, whose teeming multitudes once filled the vast continents as stars fill the firmament. Now we are two distinct races with separate origins and separate destinies. There is a little common between us. Then Chief Seattle start to tell that now his red children, that means Afro-African, once they filled the environment like the stars in the galaxy, which are uncountable. But this situation has been long past. This situation has been past already. And now the condition is like a receding tide. Once we are like the stars in the galaxy, that is uncountable. But now we are like a receding tides. So you and us cannot be united. You are completely different. We are completely different. Your origin is completely different. Your breeding is completely different. There is very little common between you and us. So as you are giving a proposal, up to this speech, Chief Seattle does not agree to accept this proposal. Because once he tells that it is a very nice proposal, we should accept it. But at the same time, he is telling that it is not a good proposal. Because if it would be a good proposal, then you should be impartial. But that cannot be held. You definitely will be partial. You will only look after your whites, not the blacks. So we cannot be united. Because we have completely different origins and different races. To us, the ashes of our ancestors are sacred and their resting place is hallowed ground. To the Afro-African, the ashes of their ancestors after their burning seem to be sacred. Sometimes we used on our forehead the sacred, the ashes, the sacred ashes. And the ground under which they take rest, it is a holy place. You wander far from the graves of your ancestors and seemingly without regret, your religion was written upon the tablets of the stone by the iron fingers of your God, so that you could not forget. What is the difference between your religion and our religion? Your God and our God? Our God is the spirit of our ancestors, who never be separated from us, because they are with us. They lie on underground. But your God only everything written on the tombs after they are engraved, by which you only remember about your ancestors, about your God. Your religion is the tradition of our ancestors. Our religion is the tradition of our ancestors. That means our God is the spirit of our ancestors. And the dream of our old men, given them in the solemn hours of the night by the great Spirit, and the visions of our schemes, and is written in the heart of our people. But at night, the spirit of our ancestors come to visit us. They come to bless us. As a result, we never forget about our ancestors, about our God. At the same time, our God also never forgets us. They all the time bless to our people only. And they come at night to visit this land, because they are too much associated with this land. As a result, we cannot be separated from this land, because this land belongs to our ancestors who sing to our God. Your dead choose to love you and the land of their nativity as soon as they pass to the portals of the tombs and wander away beyond the stars. And your spirit, your dead spirits, the spirit of your ancestors, after their death, they move from this land. They never wait over here. They are not associated with you like us. They are soon forgotten and never return. After their death, soon forgot you. And they went from this environment. They went from this earth. But our ancestors, never be separated from us. They always lived with us, and at night they visit our land. They came to our house at night. So here the Afro-African believe that there is a life after death. And the spirit of our ancestors is their God. Our dead never forget this beautiful world that gave them being. They will love its verdant valleys, its murmuring rivers, its magnificent mountains, sequestered vales and verdant lined lakes, bays, and even yearns in the tender form affection over the lonely hearted living, and often return from the happy hunting ground to visit God, console and comfort them. They here refers to their ancestors, the ancestors of the Afro-African. The ancestors of the Afro-African, according to the Chief Seattle, they never be separated from them. They come to the land, they are associated with this land because they want to enjoy the beauties of this land. They want to enjoy the beauties of this environment. And here Chief Seattle has given some objects of the nature. For example, lake, mountains, bays, then rivers, then trees, etc., etc. For that they are loving, they come and visit us. Day and night cannot dwell together. So you and we are day and night. You and we are black and white. That cannot be united, that cannot be one. The red man has ever fled the approach of the white man as the morning mist flees before the morning sun. So the red man has overfled an approach of the white man. Also now day by day you are approaching, the whites are approaching, and our condition is about the mist, about the fog when there is the rise of the sun. After the sunrise, the fog or the mist disappears. Same thing has happened to us also. Whenever the whites are coming, you are coming in a huge number, we are going towards the decay. Day by day we are reducing, our number is reducing. However, your proposition seems fair, and I think my people will accept and will retire the reservation you offer them. But however, what is the actual thing, I do not know. But in apparent eyes, we should accept your proposal because we do not have any other option. What proposal you have given, that is only the option we have. We do not have any other option. Though we cannot be united, you are day, we are night, but we have to accept your proposal. And I think apparently it is a nice proposal. Then we will dwell apart in the peace, and the words of the great white chief seem to be the words of the nature speaking to my people out of the dense darkness. We'll say, if we will not accept your proposal, or if we will accept your proposal, then we will dwell apart in the peace. If we will accept your proposal, you told me that we can live in peace because you will save us, you will give us protection, you will give us enough by which we can earn our living. But is it a proposal? We should accept it. I know the white chief has given a nice proposal, because according to his proposal, he will look after us, he will give us protection, he will give us enough by which we can live a very healthy living. But still I have a query. Is it a good proposal? We can united, because you are day and we are night. If you are night, we are day. You are dark, we are white. Dark and white, or day or night, cannot be dwell together. So up to that, up to dense darkness today. So in my next class I will complete this story. It is a very big story, that's why I need 3 days to complete it. So stay home, stay safe, goodbye.